Hey guys, GHAZZY TV here with a last Epoch video. I'm really tired because I landed 2 hours before I went live as I just got back home from my China trip, which was a promotional thing for Torchlight. Actually, very fun. Quite excited for that. However, this video I wanted to tackle what my starter plans is for last Epoch Season 1.2. There were very little minion changes. The only thing that happened to minions was actually adjustment and a bug fix and a little bit of improvements to the Forge Guard minions. So that's kind of where I feel like I want to be at. I want to try the new stuff with that. So I want to play a Forge Guard minion build, which is not going to be a meta. I can tell you that right now. Even on a theoretical level, it's not going to be a meta build, but I think it's going to be very, very, very fun to play. There are some changes that's happening, such as Vengeance skill getting some attention to the approach of being able to summon weapons. And so a planner needs to be finalized for this, which I'll have ready for launch. I don't have one right now that I can share as of yet, but I wanted to talk about my plan. So I want to play that, and I'll be fiddling around with that on stream in the coming days before the launch, of course. And my plan is to later play the meta minion build, which is the same minion build that we saw in 1.1, which is actually a Wraith Lord build. And all of my guides are available on Icy Veins. You can go to Icy Veins, hover over more games, click on Last Epoch, and you'll find these guides. For example, I'm going to be leveling a Forge Guard, but as a Sentinel leveling with Paladin skills is most likely the play that I'll be doing. And make sure that the guide you're following has a 1.2 patch tagged in it. Not all guides are ready for it yet, but the guides that are has the 1.2 tag. However, most of the guides that has 1.1 updated, there's still very few changes between that and 1.2, so it should mostly be fine. But guys that are updated should say 1.2. You'll see that. So I'll probably level with the Sentinel Paladin stuff into a Forge Guard minion weapon build using the Phantom Grip rings. And for example, let me see if I can bring that up. Oh, what did I do here? Last Epoch Tools Planner. So we have things like the Phantom Grip. It's this ring right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ring for this. So something along those lines is kind of like the plan that I'm looking to do when it comes to at least that approach. That's the plan. And then my plan is to get the Wraith Lord helmet. And the Wraith Lord helmet looks like this. Here's the helmet. So my plan is to move over to a Wraith Lord build. Now, I had a variation of this build because everybody played with a big boy one, right? And that's the best way to approach a minion build in Last Epoch at the current time, the current state of the game at least. So I wanted to do something else and do an off-meta build with it. I had a lot of fun with that. But my plan is to do that off-meta fun play with the Forge Guard as I start to build, and then move over to a meta variant of the Wraith Lord Harbor build. At least that's my current plan with it. I'm quite excited for this, so I'll make my version of this, and I'll obviously will be updating the guide once I'm ready with that planner, which I should be able to have done in the current couple of days leading into the launch. So that's currently my plan, so you guys know what's going to happen on the stream. I'll play a little bit of PoE, and then I'll move into some Last Epoch preparations for the launch. Super excited for this. And I'm going to be playing a Wraith Lord. The problem with the Wraith Lord build is that it requires quite some gear before it gets off the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a duo start with my friend King Konger. So we're going to play double Sentinel on the league start, have a lot of fun with that. We're going to have a lot of shit talking as we always do. And then play that Forge Guard minion build and play around and test the Vengeance stuff, see if it's worth it. Otherwise, we'll do a Warpath Summoner approach, which we do have a guide on Icy Veins already. You can go to Sentinel, check out the Forge Guard Warpath minions. This is updated for 1.17. There's very few changes in this, and the reason it's not updated is because we need to play test to see whether or not we're going to do Vengeance or not. But for now, it seems like we're going to stay with the Warpath, in which case we'll make sure that gets updated. And so that's kind of like the play I'll be doing. And then I'll accumulate levels for COF because there's no way I'm going to play Trade League. I'm just going to go COF all the way. It's way more fun. And as I do that, I'll accumulate the gear to move into leveling a new character, which will be my Necromancer Wraith Lord Harbor helmet approach. So that's my current two initial builds that I want to play in Last Epoch. I don't really have plans for a third character yet. We'll see what happens. I know the Heartseeker is looking hella juicy from the patch notes, and I'm super excited for this. But yeah, that's basically my plan. So again, I'll be doing a Forge Guard build. I'll be starting with the Sentinel leveling, most likely doing some Paladin shenanigans when I'm leveling, based off the community testing as well as the patch notes. Moving over to a Warpath Summoner, I'll be doing some testing with Vengeance, see how it feels, and then accumulate the gear I need for the Wraith Lord and play that. that's my plan, because I kind of want to kill the Uber Aberoth fight. It's quite exciting with the new stuff that they're adding. The game is looking so cool now with the changes, with fixing endgame content and all that replayability. Because a lot of people, they got to the end game and they didn't really feel that that was going to be enjoyable, as it was more of a slog to go through that, and they're attending to these things with the cycle. But before, since I don't really have any planners to show you other than the build guides that are available to be checked out, for example, 1.2 is updated for the Sentinel leveling, which is the most important one as of now. I don't have any full planners to show you in this video, rather than showing you the build guides that are updated. If you go to icyveins.com, hover over more games, click on Last Epoch, you'll see all these guys like I mentioned earlier, so do check that out. There's plenty of those things. But what I do want to say in this video, outside of just elaborating on my plans with the stream, a lot of people keep asking me, yo, GHAZZY, are you going to play PoE or are you going to play Last Epoch? What's your plan? I'm going to play Last Epoch. I'm going to try to mix both games leading into the launch, focus on Last Epoch on the launch, at least for a few days. And then after that, I'm going to try to mix both games is my plan moving forward. And I'm going to play COF, have a lot of fun with that. One more thing I want to say for this video, so I don't waste your time. At the bottom of every guide on Icy Veins, and including PoE Vault, for example, you will find yourself with an invite link to the ARPG Vault Discord. And this is a really cool Discord server I'm going to show you here. It looks like this. ARPG Vault Discord, this is the, to my understanding, to my knowledge rather, is the only guide writer website service that only Icy Veins is supplying, which is pretty cool. In here, we have Path of... This is only for ARPG games on Icy Veins, by the way. So PoE 1, PoE 2, Diablo 4, and Last Epoch right now. In here, for example, you have a guide chat. You can ask any questions you might have, and you can click on the guide help channel, in which you can create a post and tag the creator of the post for any questions. And these questions, people I hear are answering these questions every day of the year. Either myself, my team, or the Icy Veins team will cover your questions, which is pretty cool. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this. I mentioned it on stream earlier, but now it's going to end up on YouTube as well. Starting soon, I believe tomorrow at the time of this recording, so probably when this video is uploaded, ARPG Vault is actually going to give away a bunch of Last Epoch supporter packs, 5 supporter packs per day into the launch. And they have, I had a list here somewhere. Please don't sue me. 5 Abyssal Traveler packs, 5 Abyssal Templar packs, 5 Abyssal Vanquisher packs, and the new packs they're releasing, 5 Woven Legends packs as well. And they're going to give away 5 of these packs every day till the launch. So that's going to be pretty cool. All 4 days of pack giveaways, actually. That's starting tomorrow, probably with the time of this video is being uploaded on my YouTube channel. Just want to give a little shout out to that on the RPG Vault site as well. I'm very excited for this. I do have one question for you guys watching this video, since I'm not showing any planners, just basically explaining what I'm going to be doing in launch and with the future on this channel for the next couple of days, even weeks. What are you guys starting as? Let me know in the comments down below what builds you guys will be starting at. I want to see in the Twitch chat and YouTube chat right now where you guys are starting at. And yeah, I don't want to waste anyone's time. If you like this plan or whatever, hit the like button, subscribe, and yada yada. That supports the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe and keep rocking.